no so ne sense am efe ne letter of the bread no okasa dia fa ho ane nsama hodo ne nyina no ye de ba obi tries
Jawan Kankam
weekend ko ye.
Oh yes, it was great.
Man, yeah, so baby. Peswas one.
For Big Joe Moa.
Okay.
Namu around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you pokuare so no bisa weekend.
Okay.
Ya me adum pokuare. Ne ye awa fan ba. Inti nra no ase. Bibi kakra bi. Oh,
okay.
Pokuare. Town. So ciao.
Okay. So major this one.
So ciao.
So major.
Christian, I say.
Chairman.
Christian is only weekend. We are doing today.
Sundays now they are home. But Saturday, the 7 now we suko yi. Ebedri na time ko anti.
Okay.
And one the weekends na.
Well, yeah, back on 1HD TV. They say we be out to tom into all share live on 1HD TV. We're also live on Facebook. Pure FM Ghana. No, yeah, the semno aba. Na enra yenwa ba ko twema maju say obi ka so be cancel bi na dey no ya ma obi anka obi o kai say Ibrahim Salifu for Blasters.
Yes.
O say dey ya ma anka enti o dey abehem.
Yeah.
But scenes from Enyinase very disturbing.
Absolutely.
So she Karela ni media o so me nyina ho na no.
Yeah.
Na emra Karela o me on park go bombo takwa.
Yeah.
It's not so many
Anyafo, Chawan. Anyafo.
Yes, we soldier for hostile. Abuoni ayi. Now who pictures? Minimum more pictures to me.
Yeah. But I need some say yache mrantian mumienu.
So much.
Inti mienu na yache omonaye. But enum eso ye mrantie bi aposi for hwe hwe no pay Palermo. O2 Sunset Isaac Atta any one Kofi omunyina no ewo takwa and interestingly enough emrante no mudi sa nyambra semi ewo enyina ase no omo ye takwa base guys omunya wo takwa enti omo ye neighborhood guys obi ani momo luckily ometumi achi mumienu ye hwe ani mu say in fact in some trofo kra no ebi mo je bro kama just enye is your musizi ebinum phone phones ne honki count David Yankee AK Kofi Akpele and Jonathan Essien omuna posi for nsa ka omo aka num aye hwehwe omo ene anope nti sana situation no esi etie but me de say aposi for no intentem so etumi achimrantie ya ye hwe ni mo in fact say na anope the Ghana Football Association prosecutor no anope obetumi akotakwa no aboa prosecutor no wo takwa police service hono na omo aka bom na anope ya na nyambo achina no pa oma process you for court because na me share charges I betum dia bomo including battery and assault and battery which is in my a second degree felony and you betum between a day in prison as in custodial sentence a day prison to 10 years and your variety of charges are me ankasa matura and can be person me the comma prosecutor no including unlawful entry no ban say na renting to me akonya call park ne so at the end of the first half ball referee ne kakra into charges ne doso
the referee no some dem say
oh yes ball referee at the end of the first half in fact kwakra there no red dressing room and a ball free stance nim ebe ball na sana and in some way nyina no say Karela ne takwa no any mediama no omo conflict kakra say tension kakra wo muntem because Karela for ni complain say omo call takwa Ghana Premier League first round hono mediama for no e de omo ensa ekika omo kakra nti they see nra ewo enyinase no more of revenge so by a krom enum tina mediama for tro krata before the game say omenya ne ntiese asembesi because ewo akon park hono takwa mediama for no so ebro omo kakra but then say o say yetumi yabo player mamoja free ni hunimu nyina eba dia na enya dia eso ani nti ye be he charges e betumi dia bomb rantie no any possible decision of the judge obetina asem so but we know a landmark case say a person hooliganism se okọ park ne abu nipa na moja chese moja tu nipa ne sa nyoma no sa case we na be ma enya a landmark case, a precedent, a president or a precedent. Ebe dawa, ebe yensa na ho. Ama obia obaya na adwen se ode ne ho ebe gigege san yoma we mu. Enti mesra FA no se anka no pay kra ne papa mu no na general secretary of the FA no pay anka wotakwa including the prosecutor and the chairman of disciplinary committee omu nyina ho na anka no pay o ma sort case no. In fact possible crash anka no pay o betumi de o ma court na o ma share processes na say esan say yen na otwe ba na wie na ye betina radio so na e wo say e kan semp o hwe euros na no it's a man for di amanani football na chio because anopa bia no unya semp papa bia nka de bia na ye bo referee de bia ye bo players referee chese enioma e free Ghana football mu ba na otwe wie bia no enya de so ani nti ye pese sa enioma ni jaya ye ene ekosi bia a child fiada home Kerala for home venue na ya ban ne de so obia nim say Ghana has anetie I say ya ban home venue indefinitely but in no perpetrators no ayensa aka omo no pa intebere sania emra no ekire as far as our case we are concerned and betumi abasa bi betumi anya 5 years dependent and of course public reaction otemwa for betina asem no so tie radio na de bia no te say ebu referees de bia nkofo ka da ben ye bechi omo ni nyina no betumi afactor on this issue mu nti mrante we no omuti anya yie ebetumi akọ 10 years ebetumi akọ 5 years ebetumi akọ 3 years ebetumi akọ 2 weeks ebetumi afine omo in the cases of misdemeanor because I think assault is a misdemeanor into I don't know I am say Mrano Cratch I am say 25 penalty units no one unit be a 12 cities into 12 by 25 but I'm not too sure say assault in kwa because who say kwakwa moja free ni moba into battery I was saying they can near share all of those other factors including unlawful entry maybe trespassing and all of that now you're saying Amrano ebesiache as far as our case we are concerned.
Well minister maybe Christian say venue nyashi
yes
nipa na e bone no venue why ban the venue
yes nipa na fa ne ho
nipa from wadi this time how much nipa too
good news
good news
very very good news.
Okay live on Facebook live on 1HD TV yeah some of the pictures but on my team you know yachi omono and they said the new course in fact my team you know yachi omono ni and bagosha Ghana gas Kerala for t-shirt I believe you good oh yes then nyabru easy to omo mienu and our police for so obi so mo 5 others they're on the run yes almost omo
yeah
inti no but our brand tino
of course and
the am a player no a for it's a Monday morning
need to this
so mo jana se hard drink kakra na why yi say when I kind of viewer discretion is advised.
Wow
where kwakwa no
yeah
kwakwa na e bo onom de bobo ni team
yeah we dressing room
no mo two bobo ni team
yeah
player okobobo onye boni bia na yan so okobobo hwani team moja
nti wow two bono eboni wie no yesi no ntu hu a how do they feel so be bobo keke ne body an waya ne se oni team bobo na watu bo pira ne say baby abo no boy no sometimes am reflect say they could kill somebody one day because so two bo am obi ani na no so na boni say mamoje frase say ba one day obetu bo abo bi na akuni pakro na nya kuni pakro wi a ehona na be hu sesebe bonsam a esuma ma ko esa abone no afina sa bonsam na twene ho na aka ho nko a sometimes nyema bebro no ma wo yi wi a na ti woni so ma hu sebe nsem hu na wadi chama me wo madamfo bi a ebesi no da so prison uni no boni oye ni ho din pa ni ho de din on tan kuntokwa ena under extreme provocation we say we no bi kokuntokwa wan fa ne san kan ni pakro why so charge ko ni pakro so na pakro ko na chi ena otihwe na tikosi ebo so no wuye be 8 years ago or so da prison onu say enka won hye ne ho so sa dan sa particular moment no enka won hye ne ho so won timi an hye ne ho so wan fa ne san kan impo court say senka no anfa wan charge on the person a enko na chi nkote hwe mani ngu ene wada so da prison etu de abufo be na ba omu a oze oso batubo amna ko boni patrim na one day otubo na ko boni patrim na so owu a Ghana man fa ho nchewo na I'm very happy say that we need to set an example. If we set an example, hooliganism there, until we use individuals to set an example. Temna meti say, see any in chino, ya bani venue no there, but we are now going after the perpetrators. You know, a very good news. Now Ghana Football Association, any Ghana football should use these people to set an example. Nyame ya dom ne dom ko court wie. Now mo sentences ba. Ni amomo punishment e be a custodial sentence ya mo fine heavy fine and there might be 2 days in prison o kwa baba ex convict asembia ba ni obi kra no kan asem obaka se o kra no o ex convict etino de kan say Ghana football any the FA any the police any omo mbo charges ankrofo nyina no we are expecting them to use these people to set an example na me ya dum ni set example ni we are e china bia obi ekọ park so na bufo hye ni muso okotobo ana kwasa de be bia ohu de ato de nuanom ya se be betu ne hofo ye papa so enra the good news is that the see ni nyachi no the bad thing I didn't see no I see very bad but the good news is that they've gone after those individuals no yes abone no let's punish them and use them as an example
we mantia ne ba kwa o hwe yina o say ya bandage ni ti kra ade a cross and nyene oh medium bus no so said the damage that was done to the bus me nim the but me nim ade obi yes ade we be dream wa me tiase say any medium bus no mo de aboabo ma point of pirate so we're live on 1HD TV and also live on Facebook o ma pa hwehwe no mra we mra bus ne kono
where after the second goal me dey ma share second goal no e ho abufuo no me dey call pie bus ne glasses no so it was an empty bus
that's an you can say me dey ma share
well me nim dey ntia omo yes adie no me nim dey ntia omo yes and chairman me hear probable charges no because it's a case when you near chira you betumi am rantie no adie bechi na panyin bi akopacha na ye yi omo every be omo de dada nti anopeya was say ye hwe mranim na ye hwe say prosecutor and case where is strictly on the prosecutor of the Ghana Football Association and adwuma say anopeyi was so watakwa no one sure say prosecutor no watakwa no or the case where na koto otemuafo na nim anopeya so o chewo case where one e be abusuasem because boys no me atakwa boys Mediama supporters ni momo Karela supporters ni momo omo ye boys atakwa ho na obi ani momo enti ekoya busu asem dia na obi ani sene o man no enyoma no esiti enti Misusu said the first charge should be a charge of unlawful entry as stipulated in section 152 of the criminal code 29. A person who unlawfully enters a building with the intention of committing criminal offense in the building commits a second degree felony. So a second degree felony between a day in the prison to 10 years. A first degree felony 10 years to life imprisonment. It is second degree felony. So the explanation of unlawful entry says a person unlawfully entering a building if that person enters otherwise in the exercise of a lawful right or by the consent of any other person able to get the permit or the consent for the purposes for which that enters. So Ebanisa na mrantani nya kwenya ewuram ewo dress park ne so me can referee no first half then omutumi attack no or referee no red dressing room at the end of the first half no Ebanisa na mrante no etumi ewura ho eno ya de ba ko a ebetumi ede sa unlawful entry charge we no ebetumi ede abomo o check section 69 of the criminal code section 69 talks about unlawful harm and also a charger and nano pay you betumi a day abomo and causing harm. A person who intentionally and unlawfully causes harm to any person commits a second degree felony. Inti and also a charger you betumi a day abomo inti between 1 day in prison to 10 years in prison obian say a second degree felony. Now the threat of harm at section 74 74 of the criminal code, sorry. Or say 74. Okay. Or say a person who threatens any other person with unlawful harm, death, with the intent to put the person in fear of unlawful harm, commits a misdemeanor. And he was a charge.
Charge on the bomb. No, me nim dia, but young man so na yene a lawyer on Monday on the CEO for Karela. Na yen Karela for so the letter about Bonte almost condemning acts course. So allow me chair on a pay me jine sabako.
And I don't go without Monday morning, but yes. Now the American social media say we move.
But like moving, no, and I'm for business Karela. I mean, money media, my damn kwana or I go far way by said to the level that media my bass, your piper, player, the boy bonity, and the tiapai, then the man winning our buy.
On a payment the Chama or was to now. I believe football is an emotional sport, and maybe with the emotions in India, so with the agra, you will not make the most sensible decisions. And see, I think some of our supporters, and at the moment we don't even know for a fact whether they are Karela supporters, made decisions and decisions. Why do I say this? Because, and my reason why I even doubt club it should be for, because your known supporters now you know meetings last week, and that's me a short of and even the matter went as far as the head being Nazi chief, who had meetings with the supporters in attendance where Nidiama and Penifo saw Omobasa meetings. No. And I, on my own, also had I wasn't at those meetings that the chief had because I had some other things to do in Accra. But on Saturday, I was on the phone with known supporters groups and their leaders. All the towns buy matches. The name say Tetrema any one space. Sometimes I think a bite to Tetrema, but they still live in harmony because the two of them must work together to make the human body nourished. Also, already and then the chairman and mini na human body nourished. In the media, my football class, it's not a nice so I will Ghana football. Mediama is a strong team. Karela is a strong team. And if we are shot with it in the last season, may struggle, but I should never my teenager and nice so back. And by virtue of that, I said, as gold, sometimes there will be tension, but also managing tensions in such a way, say, and spill over. The supporters never catch your, and the reason why we did those meetings with them, they say, some of them traveled to Tata and it's a bit great to see a bright. But the answer now, I will come across to say I'm trying to justify what has happened, and that's not what we are doing as a Karela Football Club management. What we are saying is that what happened is wrong. We are working with police more closely. Say yes, I identify Nayama and Brano taking the court. I think someone catching it through no be kind and part of the criminal code, the criminal act. What has to happen when an assault case is proved? I think they could not and see and Mrano must be seen to work. Right. Karela a shot Senator Brigadier when you're in baby court, then so rest in peace. And on the cross started team, about 6 years ago, and when we played our first Premier League home match, there were issues in the stadium about officiating and some of the supporters not being happy. So it's a BGD Janan and so I'm a police for no arrested. the supporters who were doing that at the Omoko police station, they were taken through the process, and those people are now reformed supporters on background. Peacekeepers the stadium on the days that they come to matches. And for me, that is leadership. Leadership that if something goes wrong, you need to make sure that you are stepping forward and taking responsibility and addressing it so that it doesn't repeat. Unfortunately, we don't see that in many of the venues you're called as a football club. A lot of these things happen, nothing happens. But here in Kerala, we want to show a different way. We will not behave like the way other people behave. So we will work with the police to make sure that Kerala Football Club is a safe place for visiting fans, for our existing ones, because I your fans now basa, and I think I can speak like that for all the 18 clubs in the league. Look at most clubs are Bruni can be lunatic fringe. There's a few people on the fringes who have a test for blood and a test for violence, who want to use football ground as a place to show that they are men. And in my opinion, all those people are because we are Bema, there's an avenue for showing that we are Bema. You can box, you can go into the army, you can Adam Bema and no my Bema. It is a Uber football ground, not a players dressing room or halftime may Martin talk now but two Abuasa window one. This is clearly a madman. And we don't have to disguise it under the cloak of football and yeah. So that is the effort we are taking.
Well, Obi Busa say as a football club, said the organizer Monso so a true trust them so no. Say ya chim nantim you ya say bi mo kra be num bi zo mo promo. Sabani e mo go gina ko court yan go nya situation a there be na clubs na bana mo be pacho police for esremo ya any on bekasa e be deal with the matter internally. Na
well, guys, I mean, first of all, the club has been written to, and so officially as a football club, and I am not sure that these arrests also have happened in Inasi. I'm not sure that that's the case because I'm not paying it after nominating, and I'm in Accra at the moment. And then in call for more in that, my manager for more in that, my mom checks the police and all of those things. And I am not sure exactly what the story is. So as the day goes by, if I have more information, we'll see what we'll do about it and the guilt or otherwise of the individuals involved. And I, as a lawyer, am an officer of the court, and they are aware that when you commit a crime against another human being, a violence against another human being, it usually goes, the state has an interest in the state is one that has to deal with the matter and see as much as possible. No, and I believe that the law must take its course.
Okay. I no pay so you boom realm so ya kakra. Mo fans no, o charge o mo so management so kakra o. O say mo be some the team no konkan. I say mo ya team na kra. Do ka so on kan gram yam shim kakra.
This is what you show right. Now, what that means? What does that mean?
I will say,
what does that mean? But you'll be talking what does that mean?
There be there, I'm a catcher and that I'm planning some bad demonstration at Yamu. I will say, if I charges almost a day demonstration, I will say one. I will say, management members in the house, I will say, Sosport Kaka. Emma Kotoko, in the moment I'm week Wednesday, say midweek. As I'm on fun serious. In fact, when some use in the investment can reduce because Sani man said you can lawyer and meeting about him say Emma when oh we'll be go cast a whole cotton match and it's hard now who's a near come oh it's meaning I don't see the echo so cycles my even more supporters no and so much other management because more do my
well, right. I mean, I think so, and that's why I was asking you that what has it been for a football club? No, you have to say they call and cry. This is a football club. In the last year, ground refurbishment we poured quite a lot of money into the stadium, trying to fix the pitch. And at the end of the season, we are going to do some further work on the pitch, where we've worked on our stands, the dressing room, all of those things. We've done ancillary works around the stadium. And see, Senator Thatcher, who in his right mind will pour money into physical construction. Now, say, oh, you see, Nako and kind one. Number two, you see, Nako and kind a trust thing. Or, I mean, I honestly, I find that bizarre. I find it such a weak conversation to even start. The team, the current board that appointed me, the team was down on its knees. You all saw what Karela was going through in the COVID football season now, truncated, and the work we have done to ensure that we've got a team bus, we've got sponsors on board, we've improved the playing squad remarkably. We check the squad that we inherited versus the squad that is performing for Karela at the moment and us being in the positions that we are. It's a marked difference. We've made changes to the playing squad. We've actually tried to build a football club that is professional, that is properly organized, and that is attractive to corporate Ghana. I mean, if people in United and wherever they are, whichever people you spoke to, do not want this, I think it's just, I mean, the football club can become what they want it to become. But as chief executive of the football club, my assurance from my board, from the owner of the club, Madam Abena, is I've got a full backing of these people to run the football club the way we have run it to this point. And I know from the bulk of my supporters that I speak to, that I engage with, they appreciate Ejuma and where we are taking the football club. And they know the vision of where we want to take the football club to. If some people on the fringes have some ideas about how the football club has to run, we've got all these supporter engagements and forums that we have. We already have someone from the Supporters Union on the management. We're happy to take input on how things have to be done, and we always get that input. So I honestly do not, I don't understand, or I cannot speak to what they mean by Sydney Accra team. The capital of Ghana is where, please? It's in Accra.
It's in Accra, of course.
When you want to move, when you want to get things done, when you want to get revenues into the football club, it is in Accra that you move and get things done. So I actually do not understand. And we're not the only football club in this situation, right?
But I say you're banning Mopak, no? And just say Muntimin Siaka or until say disciplinary committee never transfer IBB, and definitely be affected more our league the more. Yeah,
I mean, I think the GFA came out with their decision yesterday quite swiftly. I'm impressed by the speed with which they moved on this matter. Also, raising eyebrows. Some people have raised eyebrows about the speed with which they move on certain matters, and certain matters they drag their feet eternally. But it is what it is. What the fans said is wrong. I think it's the right move to say that, you guys can't engage other football clubs there until we have gotten to the bottom of the matter. Now you have resolved after, And so we are looking forward to engaging with the FA in the next few days and weeks through the disciplinary committee.
Okay.
And I've also reached out to the General Secretary and I've asked for conversations to begin. And also Midiama we have begun processing. I mean, we had engagements with Midiama last week. We're going to, as officials, we're going to continue our engagement and try and quash whatever issues there are so that we can move forward and develop the sport and the game.
Okay. Alain, that's CPA pay for your time. Now, Monaco to Wednesday.
That other part, I found it so ridiculous. It wasn't even on my mind that me responding to it directly because I
said you were doing say we are moving jam match.
I think maybe whoever said that to you, I don't know, you're in charge. Maybe I don't know better, and you know sometimes people project their own inner thoughts and inner thoughts onto other people. So you have a football match against Portugal. What is it about not taking? I mean, I'll ask you a question because the supporters not minimum because we have a match against Portugal on Wednesday. We have played a match on Sunday. We are going to travel to Obuasi to go and play the match. So, find serious match thing. Like, what's the meaning of that? I mean, we shouldn't have played a Mediama game and told the GFA that because we have Portugal on Wednesday, we won't play the Mediama match. We'll just go and prepare and play the Portugal match. I honestly don't understand what the logic around that is. I think it's just a lot of hot air. Portugal is a good team. They are playing well. They are second on the league table, not for nothing. Kerala United is a good football team. We have the league's best player, H0oligan, who just scores goals for fun. I'm going to come to Obuasi and come up against Portugal the way we have played all the other football clubs in the league. We play to win. And that's what we'll come to Obuasi to come and do.
Okay. Now, there we see Taylor Esperance. Minimum one will be social media as well in Namibia.
Taylor is a hot prospect. I say to people that being in charge of the league's hottest player comes with a lot of responsibilities. I get a lot of calls on a weekly basis, emails and all of those things. We've got a lot of interest from Europe, from Africa, and from even Asia, and interested in Taylor. And we are engaging with the people. Once we find a solution that is good for the football player, a solution that is good for Kerala, and a solution that is good for the club that is interested, I'm sure we'll announce a transaction that has been done. Yeah.
Elena Monday, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thanks, Bright, and wish you all the best.
All right, bro. Okay, Elena Monday, at here for an alternate on there. On a Kerala, almost see you. Now, or say, on a lawyer, Obi.
Yeah.
Where the money at the same field. So you student lawyer, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
Or say, or no, a lawyer, so Obi, when crime is committed.
Yeah.
Or say, a crime.
Yeah.
And you're for him as a person, Obi on was a lawyer.
Yeah.
No, could you also patch on there.
Yeah.
Obi at the bonity or a patch on man. Or say, or no, on yes, sir.
Okay.
But Ojile said you're more and tray also no me. But in Sembia free a ye ban, not come back and was him. A free a Unasa by support that is on bed demonstration against some management. Say seriousness with the Kotoko match. No suspect to say as a management for you go for match. May show the Kaela. So I could say some of these teams, almost about this supporters of Kotoko and Hats.
Yeah.
If your mommy has for woman. And the status had 9 more. Also, we say in the same woman has a bar. Omo me go to phone to no. About the same thing. But
come a person your BTA supporters no more or dent nyina so.
Yes. I got change say on penny background now on the trade down come on. No on make us as in trade.
Yeah.
No on trade but ade course in trade. Also to I don't for window room the go ball. Plenty.
Yeah.
Dressing room no.
Or too far window.
I branch there no.
Oh. Into no more dressing room order than
according to the Eloika idea. Or say play or dressing room no be a two for window mago body team.
Oh, that's bad.
And we branch and muje to it.
Yeah.
Bad director and kebitima koso more harm.
Yes.
And my worry is there's a Kerala football club behind him say the late Senator Obrigidi Onihobium into GMP Adaro Mane ESP Momentum a lawyer man the company nana or more share some Mobema team na survive to be very frank we all share GMPC for doya omudia yekuo no em say be $300,000 in sponsorship na mo be say dia na Ghana National Petroleum Company enye nyina se for dia nti o man nyina company ba ko a omo ya do yes omo pay sika kakra ma and I think say
GFA is the Ghana gas.
Yes. So
yanko kwakwa ho abranche yanko hwese den husiti
okay
abranche ebuo ibo ni tim eno hwe moja na etu na kwakwa bibia boko de
na lo bibia boko
they say utini to say ebuo no mde bo tim no
na lo ni say because it's an powerful machine the
okay hospital mo maro den the see but mu kaka den na yahu picture mo janyunu ne sade no den the see
oh ya bo ni first half na the refing up first half nti ya call dressing room nti ya coach ni e kasa na ya ba be second half nti coach ni e kasa ni wan say abuba bo mitrin Mamu dressing room on some dressing room top one no kind that one there any pan trouble bunny feel it's you on one and everyone because no any attention that's an I could me can no one is above one other bomb
and let's say more dressing room ho and obi two money bad dressing room be utrim
ya box as really I have dressing room put me a casa about maybe I have the chance to have seen on my son
na game na nkasa no wona ujira park no so yase basa no so na ase tension na o game nim na ano odin pa
mo tutu Johnson nyama abani nyama na ye pun gbo no ga e be ko no mo papa ye ba se pasen
me sure some players hono na hu kakra bom pa se makobo ball na BBC AC
na sa de be age o ejuma ni oba be bobo ele se u no bi ba be kun pa nti o nya we bi se very terrible because the pass e ba be bobo I ga the she we ba dia se nti
oh gafra ti Sadio Okan we matimi akọ hospital am ya o ma iti de bibia yoki
bibia yoki
oh okay makudu takwa oh okay I wish him all the best why na wow unim yeah local scene ya na ibibia ho and na why okay all right etefo yene kwakwa and yene chukwa branch ya ohunu ewo screen no so live on Facebook and also on 1HD TV and mamuti on radio no so no ye chirema mo hu say abranti a omoto bo ma ne bo ni tirim no and said the local and them say sana kwakwa so ka so mo dressing room a omatana former coach ni omo kasa obetia ne graw ni tirim na mo je nyunu no ade a obi atobo amana ba dressing room ho aba bo say dressing room soro no e kwan de da ho ti ho no obi to fire a eba be born ni trim and Christian
chairman
so sad that's so bad now in all this me so we are no more blame but I don't think that we can take out the FA constantly you say BBC is your product BBC fine police watching go from a prosecutor may also serve as a deterrent. But once measures be now be put in place to help some of these situations because game way and some buffer home media matro home letter and now on any crazy say bono 77 predators ya mamre mu ni bibia no ya him for hu here pa you need yes from the mom but enu achire no then na ye the FA could have decided to change this game to a neutral venue emra mo tese yes we mo so mo bomba bu mo bi I say other nice changes we mo kana we maka eno ne ma media ma for cho let us say looming insecurity at Camp Park MTN FA Cup round of 32 match between Kaila FC and Mediama I no mu raise concern because the club no you say Mediama for no so mra Kaila for ba omo bu omo yes our league match no mo second league match omo bo so mo nya mo e dey ni be It's MTN FA Cup game where because of saying him say any home and away basis out to here, you know. I think they should have changed. They say as I'm someone who do omo cry in terms of draws omo ye, and then some about ma bibia. I'm at the whole competition, you know.
Maybe a league agree supporters no more yes I no. Oma causing more harm to Carrera than some way good.
Yeah.
Because any abandoned Carrera for home grounds so.
Yeah.
Ghana says banning home grounds now both neutral. Ubo neutral grounds are. If the team now to baby crana the cost involved any kakitwa. Apart from someone who say no resource no. You bet him now to another venue. It becomes much more expensive. So ubo on the neutral grounds. So sometimes the club themselves must also take it upon themselves. Say they will begin to fish out these individuals now. For all you know, every club park no one track apre. Supporter nobody says seven no way no. Oba park no so a sika what you are ebia na ne board din kra ebia be 10 cities. Na sa 10 cities no oba park no so betua ma no. Owi a all kono. Wa cause more harm than good. But yeah submission na chairman o kan sem bi. Oso mo kan so mbabu omu bi. Which means there was earlier beating. And we are saying many people do not forgive. Obi wonu mu a, oye na dia, oye dia odi bi be yo. Oye na dia, I'm not trying to condone and I say justify the career for the year. But the reason why Ntombe is hard, you know, it's also based on the also at home pain. Would I omo pain? If you see many people revenge you, they will never forgive. They will revenge. And you know, to be able to stop this, you know, also Obiba now hosting na. Said the okwa person ya ono. Oba na so in across ebi. Your teams in man, it doesn't matter. Opa manufufoni, manu best hotel na. Give that team no all sort of air comfort. Oko bebu. But most of these hooliganism, you know, in response to earlier treatment, or don't fear the manu. Na medical camp. Obi one man na di on fancho. Oye na onya obo yobi. It no so person be obi a. Team in the fear treatment our kwa bese de ma no no treating is heavy why you say kwa
na me be white omo games na wi
omo bo week 28 and second round
week 28 they say last league match
June 15 days in no pepepe
okay until 15 days that's 2 weeks ago now
omo on 5th June
carrying a force medium for omo
also omo kwa league match back up 29 aye be we 30 it Vincent Atinga na share the only goal 80th minute. Nti case ni si ye no enche na je say FA Cup draw ba na musomo bad ya onzenka afi beto so e bi kura nka case ni be ye kakra bet enam say ye ni manim ya asande na say revenge no mu take ya em say ya na no spirit no high nti ya say why say o say chairman o ka first you go school mo ko ball bi huma so mo ba beto ye mo so ba beto em say no bi na esi nti 2 weeks pepe ne enra na o mu hia ye will leak not just FA Cup no so ba betum kama.
Wow, for Ghana football, still you decide we also, and especially you were a week to Kotoko Hearts of folk. May 9 is still fresh on our minds, but the only good thing at the Biamekasa Kotoko has fans, they never fight. It's not like you have Kotoko fans. Obi, in Sisa say Kotoko fans attack has players.
Yeah.
And NCC has fans attacking to players. And the NCC 2 fans no creko. But rather no, the first time Yenya had disaster, it was because Kotoko fans were not happy with certain decisions of the referee and he decided to vent their spleen by some battle to Nkonya Ako Park and so. I know but my point is that it was to demonstrate something, not to beat and harm any LBOB.
Yeah.
And of course, the reaction of the police and had no cover wing by. The second time you lose 3 people, no, they suffocated to death. Na nipana ako minim na nipana doso buso. Yes. And almost suffocate like omo ye ono munya humi ye ana team omo ekoye. Enti enunum pono but other teams now and especially lower divisions, no, they attack the players, they attack the team. Oko can say home team in charge of security. Is there even not supposed to start thinking about the fact that we give home security to the home team because home team the supporters never boo you know. Side team now another security action in them. We need to have a
FA no security committee or more security coordinators, but on the revenge issues, ye nuama omutie watakwa send a messages ka come say Karela edi kind bo mediama for no e wo home and a second round no mediama for so bo Karela and a Karela for asenya second chance
dina mo sa bo home eti F for na
they should have known way back from the first round
we see we abo no e jono so abo ne bi na FA Cup e ko ho no I'm say yes.
I'm not soldier for until I don't know why this all of this.
In the first beat in the course, no. Say if you take action, 8 years at team no bo the other party na. Me just say abufun be cost sa. Where the mabaya bumi. Ya bumi wi no. No consequence was over the two team na or no bumi no. So sometimes that finish must also be very proactive. Senka media man ya bu omo first no. And ya bumi first na ki apanesi Karela. Many of us can take upon themselves say they are going to retaliate. So if me know you say they cannot be also entering you free blame no. Sequence never ni no. They should have stopped it somewhere.
Yes.
Me banu abumi. Ubumi wi no. The FA are taking action. Na yabumi. No action was taken na. Chairman, I will take it upon myself to avenge our defeat na and I bro na odi maami no. No me so say obi a the chefa wo. But let's go for a day we say we be yemfa we enye the barrier yedisi ano say ebinsi biem so the action taken and be going for debate me as ebisi ebetimi aye but I'm very many idea nyan say the individuals involved no
and 5 others and so
yeah
are wanted by
the ground yasumje wo nanka ko park so be na untimi ntran fu
and also why they be obusa no so kofi na yire no mabusa say that had na police for me for me ko park so go to bobo bi and yache me and especially on the day and Father's Day. What you say? Okay. Well, many video being so. I said the game between Kashikishi and Trident. I said Zambia. They beat the referee and the referee was unconscious. Now I said Omukuku Omode referee me to Adim. Echo yenya wa kona sende edabe bombom na sende eyina baisia and I understand say nyoma koso lower divisions no crowd and you're worse than this but the issue of Emmanuel Jevi omo gogo response na ko but na amponsa akasa e dey for Emmanuel Jevi na say efi ni trokrata ebre no efa ade bi omo so waye say in fact nyoma so waye ye nyina ewe TV hu say otia abrantie bi na off the ball incident I have to letter brand no na amponsa as Antigo go CEO akasa
not as if say you also any GFA air contract no some decisions ba near full say it's not fair obviously we disagree a recent case yenye a bit happy about the Emmanuel Jevi situation of course as management as Kotoko fans we condemn the action of Emmanuel Jevi in no certain terms say whether it was retaliatory or it's not the best however no we also struggle to find precedents where in the past, player be akako IBB on the field of play, officials have the opportunity to punish the player or caution the player. Now, FA footages. I invite the player and say, Ombrana, I'm charge because your matches in Inana say you are live on video, and I think those that are live, there are a lot of incidents in other matches. I don't mention the name of the clubs, but footage is going around. Even in the same game, Jevi had a similar incident against him. Nobody can score any other player. So, around this time, tensions are high near the end. We are near Massa, then it's as if say you are sowing a seed of discontent among certain supporters of our club to feel say Ebia Pese Uchinchimi and said BHE. I don't know say in but they want to acknowledge the GFA say I'm a very young there are no issues if Kotoko is functioning well, Kotoko is doing well, then the GFA is doing well because we are one of the members. Until Kotoko's success should be the success of the GFA. Nowhere in the world, then I'm say a club being the FA compete and the FA no club no compete. It's the job of the FA to ensure that all clubs are doing well, and especially Kotoko and Haas, who are the brand bearers of the league, are doing well. And if they're able to push us to do well, then they are also doing well. So there should never be a situation where it seems like they are after us or not. I don't want to believe that. So that is what they want to do. There'll be situations where, say, because Nana Amponsa contested for FA elections, and so some people believe that our ambition and be being, listen, growing up and seeing Ghana football, it was not such political. And I wish it remains like that. The football fraternity brings us together. Football binds this nation together. Even when politics divides us, it's football that brings us together. When Ghana qualifies for World Cup, or if anything good happens with our football, it brings us together. So I will entreat all involved, say, why am I football is so polarized, so political? It makes it not to be interesting. To be honest with you, it gets to a point where football, yeah, because it's becoming too political. That's not how football is supposed to be. We are supposed to enjoy it. We are supposed to, come together and develop it. Because China, football, I don't see how that benefits Ghana football. I don't see how that promotes Ghana football. So China, you are not a Sobere, and not David Obinya, and not the entire Ghana football man. I don't see how that benefits Ghana football. It rather takes a lot from it. Together. Everybody is important to the game. Let's develop the game together. And let's all be happy. Let's be competitive, but at the same time, let's love each other. Let it bring us together rather than dividing us.
Okay, Nana Ponsaya Santiago go see you. Onona Elena no ato. Emmanuel Jeffrey says him no say. Omunye happy about it. Obviously I say on in chachia bi ya kum. Na efe no ye nneoma bi mane ya na looking like I say omo problem with omo kotokono so omo function well I just say efe dey function well because kotoko a member of the association na say my football ye political e do bia na ya my football afunu nipa ni bi ensem quick comments obi dey so Emmanuel Jeffrey response no I'm the okay Emmanuel Jeffrey say why me
and only defense no
say nyewa bibiri akoko kwaswa adan no ne yetu ensa afre no abeka bibi on na kotoko di nyewa bia back your claim no 2 videos am dey back Mohammed Al-Hassan the step otia kwampoku no na ajamabedun so na Olympics ne interlies ponchi obi sa like and also your friend nti ade why me I mean why him
I'm sure say yes and I don't know how it will help mitigate the punishment and in Sabeka but maybe omo ankasa ideas I thought said they could ombeko in an apologetic position to ensure say a branch and be available for the H0oligan game. Any subsequent games are available to the club. Yes, it's important to raise those issues, but in this case, where the defense, many omonya again say why me? Why? I mean, it's a video, yes, precedent, say intense assembly na yasa call you video number and all of that. You are right, but why me at this material moment? It drags the case.
We say that's the strategy. Second go person drag case na.
Okay.
Then I feel because Sabano Kobane be affected has game now going to needs that Jeffrey in that game.
Absolutely. So I'm sure the panel disciplinary committee panel no omo tina case niswa send besia cause some take into consideration the lack of action as far as other incidents cease, are concerned, yeah, but I think the substantive case, na minim say well, I thought in the defense they'll say we are a Genfi first time offender or nye bida inti consider and all. I thought they could, but say person say a case of why media. We want to see what the outcome of this case as far as the disciplinary committee hearing. Meaning so no one kasa okay or so in essence when pleading guilty. So I thought maybe he will plead guilty, then it cuts the punishment. But when pleading guilty, it means in case omububono maximum punishment. Disciplinary committee this was a demand. So let's wait and see the disciplinary committee omo verdict. And again, court called up omo akwenya se omo appeal as far as no so you're concerned. The coming days will be very, very, very interesting because Coach Ignatius for Sueso are requested for a personal hearing and has pleaded not guilty as well. Into case where they are now trimuno yebenya verdict ebema clarity as far as Emmanuel Jemfi situation we are concerned.
Okay.
Oh, Saturday they said they make for case you the chairman make kind. Emmanuel Jemfi I said I didn't know any day. Kotoko as a club must begin to punish Onwankasa player no. Because I say Kotoko's captain Emmanuel Jemfi to bench. To most games na Kotoko bono. Emmanuel Jemfi a ball captain Amban and Masante Kotoko. To now a leader on the pitch. You are supposed to lead by example. You don't set such bad examples for others to follow. Say other players now or more a ball game. No say a captain cry side here. Na say other players cry side nibia. You the captain grab team konka say onya side na woyen because one kasa o tire side no. Esimajo Jemfi die do yen die nobody out follow football out football say and be justify what Emmanuel Jemfi did. But going forward, you know, F Nankasa must also begin to help themselves. Some rana a war or more use no. Emrano any ho enreye. Emrano ho Tamani started Ghana Premier League no. Emrano started Ghana Premier League no. Na Sam rana FA agent so and they punish Emmanuel Jemfi no. Na Sam rano honum. So why now? But not then. Sam rana ABCC video evidence na timaba abetwa certain players a committee offenses are referee enhu. But they were caught on camera. If you don't use sa evidence, no, and fan punish any other person bia. So Kotoko will have the right to ask why me and why now? Because their president here, FN did not take action bia against the corporate. And FN should also be proactive. A see senka a BSC chamuno. And FN take action. I'm not sure senka Kotoko no manager finano will have any cause to complain. Senka mu alasandie or the tia kwame pukuno every take action and then Kakotoko have no excuse. The spiritual zaza tia mudasiru internalize no Olympics no and every take action and can Kotoko will have no excuse. The entire Yafe Emmanuel Jemfi but CC referee who they were caught on camera obi anyusu sa camera evidence no fan punish obia na se nei na se F no ebehu sa amra ne ye adwuma dia. Then now as a big I am young with any papa. By manager for what he did there, outright will be able to me. Akase the manager for ye so any and yet and for a player of his caliber, Bala Babe do this level no. Saying Subaya, somebody must begin to teach him lesson no nyai because he got to a point. Okay, it will not affect on Ankasa. Kotoko na oye club no and they go against them. Can you imagine say Africa game now ko inside the man red card? One the best offer. Definitely Asante Kotoko. Well, game score so MTN FA Cup round of 32 game score so saying now results into Kintampo FC 2 Sunyani Reformers 0. Accra Young Wise winning by 6-5 on penalties against Wafa after two teams no about 1-1. Thunderbolt FC near Asante Kotoko winning by 3-1. I'm for a call, which you say, I'm for Kotoko. Because just so said, yes, the Pakoko game, no, and then Yasam Kutwa. Paga Crocodiles FC, Etna Fema, Ediana Stars, Eshabakabako, Almentimi, and Young Wise, the America, the Tuja, Steadfast FC, Etna Fema, Brukum Chelsea, and Can 9 Momentimbako, and so Ewo Honum. Other results, and also Echo, so Hearts of Folk. And so Eshe Windy Professionals can 9 Emma Omo Etimoba Elimina Sharks and Vipers, Venomous Vipers Obia and Shebi penalties. Elimina Sharks winning by 4-2. Asoko Deportivo SS KFC Kabako Omentimi Antikot Kamarat name Rantiano Ayekro from Paul Manson nom name Yafenum Omonina Kan Deportivo when they put in your brace Obi how chef go watch you bonds to center because I didn't charge you say half time 0-0 the score line and I'll be brain into say only windy professionals half time won to me and to Atana so the agency no more person a lot more of the goals because the build up to Kotkoni had to work game the shots free we are in Lagos City's confidence levels any goals no supporters no be relaxed that's why because half time 0-0 charge you maybe a goals because share Adiano and this is how they beat the offside trap in the second goal. Very nicely.
honum enye offside kwan bia so goal ni ya na when so say ya enema no net is actually ball no eno di mirika sare go to center so be pass no mo just the go do catch home say e match we get 3 goals and 4 goals
yeah
omunti
yeah, and so we share Euros no cry. In fact, I think weekend game with France and Germany up against Portugal. We share the the last 10 minutes of that game and in the first 10 minutes and the Portugal for so the start our Benya first or second half is so important, and I think so I had to look in it that Andy and
you must say could want to catch him in the second half to go and score 3.
Yeah.
Say he's not expecting anything like that. And I'm passing almost a third got to ball now got to walk. And I say, I like the way what do Ama has a folk team, almost goes wow in your every year that was sending with and
that's goal number 2.
Also did it. In fact, Adumako Evans, it looks like also finding the spark. Where was 2 in 2.
Yeah.
The last time scored. And at this time and so it looks like Ogonigani has be prepared very well for the upcoming encounter. It is the biggest fixture on the Ghanaian soccer calendar, and Obi Obekacho say a normal game. The record doesn't know what football is about. It is doesn't worry. It's not only England struggling. France, Portugal, Germany. It looks like big teams. They are not. We Belgium and maybe Italy. Other big countries, anymore say Euros. It looks like Obia said Hungary drawing with France.
Yeah, close gaps, no. So
Germany beating Portugal by 4-2.
Yeah, so Poland and Italy now they defend well. Smaller teams, no. Close gaps, no. Midfield any defense, midfield any attack. Into without the ball. Obia shape no edi so benya players omo ebe rewrem nunti na ama tournament no identity wa hwe mpempi no goals no either say free cross say nunti na Godson and Joshua Kimmich omo yes so fantastic with the German national team. In fact, I think DW4 described the performance as organized chaos because okay first match na against France near him say 3-back system na mwa position Joshua Kimmich no so the midfield and kind of so ma Germany for a bit more fluid, but as stubborn as Joachim Low is there no person no person no unfortunately for Portugal no Juma Mbappe ni Antoine Griezmann no in fact I know na ma be brain no I am a bit confused about Fernando Santos because na France for na chire kwan no there was against him a friend in Portugal because at the end of the day Matthias Ginter ono bo as a left center back no ono be pia kakra na Kemiche pia na oni Mula ne Kai Havertz no try to create overloads and on a certain wing they move the ball to the other wing, there's a good cross, then there's a player to connect inti sa strategy na Germany for no issue ya unfortunately Portugal for no to me enya ano edro me sure say Portugal for no san komo sisa omo midfield combination ni kakra because William Carvalho ni Danilo Pereira no say omo ball na ya the cross inti o even half time o introduce Renato Sanchez na usampa when ya player bi obetumi movie ball na pushy inti anko nya Carvalho ana Danilo Pereira not the Bernardo Silva aka ho na or the maybe Bruno Fernandes and João Moutinho player bi obe movie ball Renato Sanchez obi obe movie ball no in 10 times so na obenya wingers bi omo so be drop omo be boa full backs because Rafael Guerreiro ne Nimia Nelson Semedo mo brepa in fact no mo pes omo nim say cross ne bank Pepe nom and Ruben Dias no be deal omo ben omo center backs no inti echiro Portugal for Mrantian 9 omo echiro ni nyina no na mpempi no omo box nim inti na kwaya basa was omo and of course the quality of the crosses boy, and I think said there was a problem with concentration because so here senior Germany first 2 goals ne by own goals ni I think around the 35th and 39th minutes. So the last 50 minutes of the first half, Portugal for no so confused. No munim because cross no send bano. In fact, Sir Ruben Diaz and Fan and Rafael Guerrero and Fan and there was a German in the boxer or be creative problem. So as much as Portugal himself Fernando Santos a slightly defensive coach a disappointing papa ye, but credit to this German side. The mentality was right, the intensity was right, the aggression levels was right. Ushe goes Niniana omulusi born and 10 times so much ball no massa create another dangerous opportunity in the very critical area of the pitch, and a lot of credit to Toni Kroos and Ilkay Gundogan. Unfortunately, Portugal boys Bruno Fernandes former Manchester United Bernardo Silva share down and it's all about Ronaldo. Get the ball to Ronaldo. Yes, he himself Ronaldo all about goals, but sometimes someone very mukakra João Felix the bench I think Fernando Santos so pesa Portugal for BB as the defending champions was demono economy. Look, Hungary against France there as the Kessian supporters of Mupiemo Ferran Pusk. In fact, Hungary for the dosu papa now sheni pay good stadium honey de no more yena team be to me and I think France were a bit lucky omo etumi enya that equalizing goal again from Antoine Griezmann. Game Mbappe and Wusu Benzema. In fact, Benzema is yet to score to the extent was Olivier Giroud Bem or the Ousmane Dembele Bemesa Unifrim. They were totally confused. I think Rafael Varane could have done better as far as Hungary for goal no concerned as a top class defender. But football is about mistakes. You make the mistakes and someone take advantage of that and they score. And Ukraine too worrying in my estimation as far as France are concerned. Our team as always so solid, but in fact a game one I suspect the France for no underrated Hungary for kakra because Paul Pogba in his domineering style of midfield play in N'Golo Kante was a bit absent. Honestly, and Shedan Hunye send your more fullbacks and Lucas Hernandez, Benjamin Pavard, more running flanks. Against Hungary. So Hungary for the board to say, for example, an Iceland team or a team or stars, but they want to play as a unit and get the results they truly deserve. At the end of the day, results. I'm not sure any Hungry for no celebrating with that pointer. It means that they were truly excited.
How many
yes.
How many Euros? Because they don't care.
How many problems
to draw with the world champions?
Absolutely. They did extremely well. Chairman, I think Italy for a lot of credit to go to Roberto Mancini. Look, it's not just about the football or mobile. Or Italy Casano. The disappointment of 2018, that's about 3 years ago, Russia, Roberto Mancini, I say Italian football say a more defensive opportunity now. They hit on the break and there's an Alexandro Del Piero or there's a Filippo Inzaghi or there's a set piece now Andrea Pirlo they had a lot of quality players in the days. Moro Cambronese, making lots of difference. But Italian squad where the only player was starting a game against Italy against Wales from the two games where the Cameroon was Jorginho, I think goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, or Tolio, or Emerson Palmieri, or Bastoni, of course Leonardo Bonucci starting and Francisco Asebebem in the second half. Midfield was Pesena now a player. Sensi, and in fact it was two players initially. Now I'm sure Marco Verratti and Meki to the Euros, and Obiasu himself Sensi Swepra into Sensi Prano and a Pesena and Yakonya team alongside, and it was good to see Marco Verratti and Jorginho and also Benedeschi, Federico Chiesa and Andrea Bellotti. Italy team Nankasano. A movement in football is all about the movement. You need standing standing 9 of football mu say and a standing 7 and a standing 11 o dia win swano that be omo movie midfielders ni movie na Marco Verratti push ball no say the Italians ni see ball ni say nia omo mentality na see duru the chairman. I'm pretty sure say kind favorites because I hear say of course I hear say they've gone more than 1,000 minutes without conceding a goal, and that makes them very solid at the back. For Spain, dear, tiki taka ne was Mujaibo. Oh, ball. I mean, that striker not anymore. Alvaro Morata.
You never agree. A champion Kwame Diallo Eric also Poland.
Okay.
Or say no, say
okay.
Poland no take her. Or say you could hear go in every corner.
Wow.
I said the whole of Poland.
Oh wow!
In
fact, our Poland performance, no Lewandowski, Kamel Glik, they needed those leaders, especially in the second half. In terms of closing spaces, Nekakrano, and the more the opportunities of Munyaya. In fact, Lewandowski had chance be very early on in the first half. I went to me and Barry, but I think the Spaniards, tiki taka ni sapa. I don't know the Gerard Moreno cover wings. It'll be a Gerard Moreno. Wing player, Daniel Olmo, he Mumpa Spain and Daniel Olmo. Yes, Spain for more any das was Spain. Ferran Torres or how do you go for Euros without any Madrid player? You know, because we share boy, Daniel Olmo, no bona. Sanga Senso no bet me because apart from Pedri, me who Spain and share Poland for. Poland for goal no say they see Pierre Emerick Laporte America branche then German France for my dear, but I think the Euros is building up very nicely, and I'm just hoping say you run into the knockout phase now you benya a lot, but now me dream who now no pay say team Ben crowd the best midfield because share Jorginho, Nico Barella and Locatelli Italy for midfield no now share France Pogba, N'Golo Kante, Rabiot now share Germany Toni Kroos ne Kai Gundogan no I share England Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips Calvin Phillips now I share Belgium now when Yuri Telemann no when they have those great midfielders for Belgium in my estimation. Locatelli and Barella and Jorginho combination and the Italian national team simply amazing.
Okay.
It's all about closing the spaces. Yes. Chances be tournament.
Well, and then said the format they train teams on qualify as the third best placed teams, no, and it's very very interesting. Christian Bremuna Andy Fa on some very interesting videos, and I know people will love it. Or they are running some, or they above for the banner, they are running some. No,
maybe on the Italian national team, no. So for about 3 games, no about this championship, no. Omo winning me and saying na. The money amazing is says I'm and son win no. The Italian national team has 7 goals with none conceded. Tama yebo qualifiers no. Teams are winning omo games nyina no. Na yem you no pay. Belgium winning all their 10 games. And Italy winning all their 10 games. But the difference between Belgium and Italy is Italy in those 10 games has 37 goals. Belgium in those 10 games has 40 goals. So Italy about into this championship they na omoye doing the qualifiers na no and no ma translating into this championship omoye. Now the amount de ne nika ne say chairman onim say so far Italy on say this European championship no ya ka so bia betima nemu 26 man squad. So far Italy used 25 of their 26 players.
26 players, yeah.
Squad in depth. Obia ni was squad in depth no more than the Italian national team. Enra she players mienu a you started tournament omo mobida. And look at their performance. Marco Verratti. And now Marco Verratti in midfield and make 136 passes. So 136 passes or complete 103 of those 136 passes. Oh now I created 5 chances. I make 4 tackles and make 1 assist. Now we are talking about a player started tournament on Mobi the first game ni. And another player Andrea Belotti. Tama Italy for airball qualifiers Omo top scorer Andrea Belotti. On a start tournament Mobi da. So some players even when omo bench na omaba into the first team no. You see said they add so much strength to the team even though they've not started the previous 2 games now no more team abono. Yesterday European Championship na Italy emma the Euros and share more than 2 goals in a game that throughout their history. See about European Championship. In fact, Italy ajibako in 1968 and omo finals mienu. Italy about European Championship no sa ache. But now on share more than 2 goals in a single game of the championship that. But Italy comes into this championship. The first 2 games in Yano was share 3-3-3. Or share Turkey 3-0. And or share Switzerland and so 3-0. Tadia air boy Italy for the say Namian Ukraine sa omo form na no mo to end the qualifiers no any form number into this championship no so amazing and no players be no coach dey recall you no and a combine go and the Italian national team Verratti and assist Pessina and my Pessina share go no sa 2 players in the starting tournament no omo mobi but they come their first game na sa players na combine share go the Italian national team na dey ba ko aya ebo am say be kaka say Italy ba tournament na the defense so walla and you be amawa. But they are more for one say the number of goals they are scoring at this championship no something surprising to everybody. And say omunyanshia e dey tough opposition bia and some games somebody nyina no ombo fie die. But so far the man say when any opposition bia share omo regardless of the venue bia no chairman you cannot underrate the Italian national team no. They are doing so well. Team wa disappoint me pa chairman Turkey. Onum say na ye preview this tournament you know. Obi crack say Turkey one of the favorites to bet this championship. Niprakon was not wrong in any way because Turkey omobo qualifiers no many France all the same group. In 2 games France and Timia show. In fact omobo 10 games. So 10 games na Turkey boy no. Omo keep clean sheet in 8 of those 10 games. Now omo the star form no comes into the European Championship. 3 games chairman almost share 1 goal per Turkey 1 goal almost share 1 goal in those 3 games you know. In fact I'm going to all those 3 games but I'm going to 3 games you know. Almost share 1 goal per I consider 8 tina Turkey na okofie no the goal difference odi kofie no -7 and I'm sure say per dia to nyina echi no I'm disappointed but coming to this championship no be say one of those dark horses that ometimi cause a lot of surprises but after 3 games disappointed pa chairman France for no always was say omo live up to omo hype no because almost 2 goals in this championship 2 goals na France for no back here an own goal only Germany bobo ni nyina Germany bobo ni nyina but go na omo share Germany no na own goal now omo next game against Hungary omo share 1-0 pay for a team across this attacking trend or Griezmann or Mbappe. You said Benzema beka ho. You cannot score just 1 goal from your own players in 2 games. And especially against a team you're friendly hungry. So France for must be able to live up to expectation because in 2 games 2 goals back and own goal. To Marcus goal just 1 goal pay. Too disappointing. Looking at the threat across the French national team, any attacking threat now, other players must also begin to come to the party. And Mbappe was the biggest threat. In fact, Mbappe and giving nano, 7 shots in total. 6 of them were in the second in the first half. But Benzema Edwaba said a jurun timishe. Blanabesha. The chance of Benzema no missing no so disappointing. I think we had attacking try to crowd the money there. 2 goals in 3 matches in chairman. It's so disappointing. They must live up to expectation.
Okay. All right. And Acoustic Moreno birthday. I call your general manager Kemp's Multi Beverages. Acoustic, happy birthday to you. And okay. All right. Isaac Boguai, only California. Italy has the best team in this tournament, as well as the best midfielder in the world in Marco Verratti. And Fifi Veron. Andy Casillas.
Ochemaba Aduma Kwenchubo. So no news editor TV.
Last year, Mommy will show you happy birthday.
US or say with Tina and Rana and Nipa Binsu birthday. Mr. Andrew Bewa ɔmo taa friend Crusader.
Last say your mommy.
Say enra ne papa ne di 70 years.
70. And that's not Father's Day.
Yeah, Father's Day. And we see Mr. Andrew Bewa, aka the Crusader, Roman Catholic Church Catechist. And I say enra ne birthday nti ochamabasi en kanchire Mr. Andrew Bewa, aka the Crusader. Say happy belated birthday.
Okay.